Hello and welcome to class. My name is Tiffany and I am so glad that you made it on your mat today. We're doing a slow flow class and I have 2 blocks and a bolster, but as always, everything is always optional. So if you want to use a chair or blanket or towel, grab those props and let's begin. Today we're beginning in a seated position. So I am actually sitting on my bolster. My legs are crossed, but if it feels more comfortable for you to maybe have one leg extended or both, you do you. Go ahead and bring your hands to your legs and sit tall. So what does that mean for you? Does that mean you're puffing out your chest and rolling your shoulders down and back? Or does that mean you're connecting with your spine and letting the spine beat along in your body? Whatever it means to you, it doesn't mean you're doing it wrong or right. Just notice and see if you could soften like 1%. Where can you find some softness in your body here? Maybe your eyes come to a close or just a really, really soft gaze. Take a deep inhale. And an exhale. Deep inhale. And an exhale. One more time on your own. I encourage you to touch your belly, give it a squeeze and a squish. And then begin to seal the lips and breathe through the nose, if it's available. Sometimes our nose is congested, so if that's the case, mouth is fine. Inhale, exhale. Maybe we kind of slow it down. So as we inhale, we count to 4. Let that belly get big. Feel it kind of press into our hands. Exhale, belly kind of recedes and our hands press into the belly. As it gets smaller, give it a squish at the end. Inhale, sip in the air. Let it feel good. Exhale, squeeze the belly. Maybe just round your shoulders and give it a little hug here on the exhale. You can even kind of rock from one side to the other, like thank you, belly. Exhale, inhale. Big and wide and open, and then exhale. Thank you for digesting my food and holding in my organs. Round those shoulders and give it another hug. Our bellies deserve so much love. It does so much for us. When was the last time you sent it some love? It's just, thanks, belly. Option to keep your hands on the belly, or maybe you bring it back to your knees. Whatever feels good here. And then come into the breath and let that spine get long again. As you come into your breath, just notice if there's anything that you need to switch. Maybe it's the direction of your legs. Maybe one leg needs to switch. Maybe your shoulders need to round. Maybe they need to roll down and back. Maybe you need to unclench your jaw. Let's be present in our bodies today. If we can be present in our bodies, then we don't have to think about what's happening next. So I encourage you to take that with you throughout today's practice. Being fully present in your body, it's hard, but it's not impossible. You can do it, and I'll keep you there. Okay? On that next exhale, maybe we open the eyes, maybe we keep them closed. It's your practice. Let's circle the arms, reach up. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Inhale, circle, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart center. This time, press into the hands so you get a little gentle wrist stretch. And then let it kind of, your palms come apart, so you're getting a little finger stretch. And then like eventually your fingers shake out your wrists. And then bring the top of the hands to your thighs and get the top of the wrists. You can do this individually if you want, but I find this is where I usually go. So This is just as good a stretch for anybody else too. Tap into that breath. I am present. Inhale, circle the arms, reach up. Maybe we wiggle the fingers. Exhale, bring the hands together. Stretch out those wrists. Let it come out. And then top of the hand comes to the legs. Inhale, wiggle the fingers as you come up. Let it sparkle. Exhale, come back together. Open up the palms and then the fingers. Make a weird noise. Top of the hand comes to the thigh. Shake out your hands. Inhale, this time a beach ball is above your head. We're holding on to it. We're looking up. Exhale, one hand comes down, one hand comes over. So we're opening up that left side of the body. Look over that left shoulder or like towards your left armpit, like, hey, how's it going? Inhale, both arms come back up. Exhale, left hand comes down, and then we look towards the right. Exhale, both hands come down. Let's roll the shoulders up, back, and down. If you need to switch the direction of the legs at any point, you do you. Listen to your body. Tap in. What does my body need? Roll them forward. As we roll forward, bring your hands together. Give a squeeze. Right? Inhale. Yes, I am present. I love you. When's the last time you really got into it with your body? Like, yes, I love you. It's like that friend you haven't seen in forever. When's the last time you gave yourself a hug? Gosh, it's been a while. Oh, let's hold it here in this one. Squeeze. If you want to go deeper with it, you can grab your shoulders and rock from right to left, kind of like we're grooving at a party. We're in the corner. Chips and dip are right here. What are we going to choose? I think it's a French onion barbecue chip combo for me, right? Hopefully they've got it. Sometimes green onion hits the spot too. So French onion, green onion. Now kind of twist to the right, twist to the left, to the right, to the left, to the right, to the left. Go ahead and open up those arms and then hug the other way. We're rocking, we're rolling, and then we're twisting. Right, left. Just kind of waking up that spine a little bit. Go ahead and release. Let those arms come down by your side and then let them reach behind. So we're kind of trying to open up that chest, reaching behind, almost like we're scraping our knuckles against the back of the wall. Reach, and we're keeping them behind. Keep them behind. Keep them behind. I know, this is some of the work. Keep them behind until we bring them forward. Exhale, bring them forward, and then let's fold forward a little bit. Hands are coming out in front of us. If you need to switch the direction of the legs, go for it. Like I've been sitting in that one. Oh, I got a little pop. And that's okay. Pops are just your body letting you know, like, hey, you moved me, right? So as we kind of sit here, I'm going to move from right to left. Just kind of like check in on my body. What am I feeling? I am present. Let yourself be present here in this forward fold. And then I want you to press into the hands and then almost like you're looking over a cliff, like we're trying to extend into the spine. Maybe even if you've got a leg extended, or if you don't, you could try this. You could dig that heel in, try to light up, activate the back of the leg. And we're looking over that cliff. Exhale, just relax. Inhale, push into the hands, switch the direction of the legs if you went there, or like the cross. So if you're here, or you're here. So just change up the legs. All that to say, just change up the legs. I'm going to extend. So hands are coming down. Dig into the heel. Dig in. And then pull the hip back into the socket. Ooh, that's some work. Now look over the mountain. The cliff is right there, and we're extending into the spine, opening up those hips. Yeah, it's the work. That's the work. Okay, let's go into hands and knees, and however you want to get there. So if you want a bolster, blanket, pillow under your hands, under your knees, and then blocks under your hands, and set yourself up for that. It's up to you. Once we're here, let's just kind of tap into some really slow cat-cows. So what do I mean by that? Look between your hands and think about how cat and cow look. So let's just roll through a cat-cow. We like to just kind of pull that belly down, lift up the chest, push the booty back, and we look up. And then exhale, round the back, tuck the pelvis, and round the shoulders, right? So here's our cat, and here's our cow. So roll through one. And now come to like neutral. Look between the hands, and now we're going to slow it down, and we're starting from the base of the spine. So slowly pushing the booty back. So this is called an anterior pelvic tilt. Push the booty back, letting the belly slowly drop down. We're going to work into that lumbar, the low back, and then that like roundness, that like schloop that's happening in the back moves up into the thoracic, so the rib cage area, so maybe that gets a little bit lower, and then slowly moves into the cervical spine, so the neck area, and maybe we look up. Take a deep breath. Yeah. Now we're going to go back the other way, but we're staying in this position, and now we'll slowly untuck the pelvis, so we're kind of finding this roundness to the spine. So stay in the pelvis and then move to the lumbar slowly, and then move through the thoracic, so mid-back where the rib cage is, and then slowly, our head is still up, we move into the cervical. Once we get up there, now we're in our cat. Yes. Deep inhale, exhale. Awesome. Come back to neutral. And then maybe shift our hips back and forward just for a moment. Look to the right and look to the left. Awesome. Okay, move the blocks out of the way if you don't use them for downward facing dog, or put them under your hands. Extend your legs and arms and find a little downward facing dog. Plant the hands, relax your head, bend your knees a lot. Maybe make some space for that big, beautiful belly. On that next exhale, both knees come down, and then shift the weight so that the hands come over to the left. Swing around the right leg. Hands then move to the top of the mat, and maybe you grab your blocks again. So now blocks are framing your foot, your front foot, and we're just gently kind of rocking and rolling with these low lunge half split kind of variation. As you move back, you can kind of move the blocks with you. So move forward and move back. So as you kind of find this, just notice, you might even say, I can do this without the blocks, and that's fine too. Like if you don't have blocks, or maybe you have a chair or something, you can use that to kind of keep your balance. And then come to stillness in your low lunge. And here's what I want you to do. I want you to think about your ribs. They like to do this. Sometimes some people's ribs like to do this when they're in this because they want to go into this. So think about the ribs coming down. So we want to be more upright. And then maybe we're pushing into this knee and kind of squeezing the bum a little bit forward. So we're activating our quadricep in this low lunge, in this lower leg, this back leg. Look forward, and I want you to think about going this way just a little bit, and now going this way just a little bit. Going forward and back. Forward, light it up, and then move back. Forward and back. We're just gently stretching this muscle back here. We're balancing. Our core might be kind of activated because we cued in the ribs, and our hips are definitely getting a little massage. Okay, now grab your blocks, maybe place them a little closer to you if you have them, And extend your leg out in front of you. And maybe this right hip wants to come up. So it's kind of like squirrely. So think about trying to keep it down and in line with this other hip. So we're almost like sassing this left hip so that the right hip gets a little more action here. The goal isn't to get your hands to the ground. In fact, you can keep your hands on your hips. The goal here is to feel sensation in the back of the front leg. So dig the heel into the mat. Dig this heel. And then think about that femur bone pulling into the pelvis. So we're like pulling all of our bones back. Pull the bones back. Pull the bones back. You got it. You got it. Pull them back. Oh, now, relax. Maybe even come to a little soft bend. And then I want you to turn so the toes are facing that way. So we're turning this whole leg this way. And now dig that same heel down and then just notice where you're feeling it. So maybe the outer hip area. Yeah. Be here, breathe. This is why you don't need to go down. You get the sensation with your chest lifted just as much as you do with it being down towards the ground. And then come back to center. And then you guessed it, we're going towards the midline, so toes are in. But again, it's the turn is coming from the thigh and the hip is in place. So it's just a little slight turn, yes. And then we're flexing, pointing, and then press that heel down. Yes, pull that femur bone back into the hip. Lots of things going on here now. Do you feel it a little bit differently? I am present. I am present. You got it? Yeah, it's a lot. And I am here with you the whole time. Okay, release. Let's go and just do like one little gentle low lunge. Now I want you to think about this back leg. This is where some magic is about to happen. Okay, dig in this back heel and we're going to lift up this back knee. And as we do that, notice your hip might want to come up. So what I want you to do instead is heavy the hip. So that means like pretend like cement is in your hips so we don't move them. So what does that look like? Slowly push into this back leg, push into this back leg. So the knee lifts, the action is coming from the back leg. Lift up that knee. Yeah, it's a lot of stuff. We're looking forward, breathing, deep, deep stretching. Go ahead and set that back down. Now you understand why we were stretching all that stuff in the front. Okay, blocks come to the inside, swing it around, and then set them off to the side, and let's plant our hands and find a downward facing dog. You can keep your bolster blanket, whatever there. We're just trying to stretch out the back of the hamstrings here and just notice where you're at. Like, how does it feel? That next exhale, go ahead and bring both of the knees back down. Okay, so now we're swinging the left leg forward. So lean over to the right to swing the left leg. And then if you'd like, blocks are up by this foot, and we're just gonna kind of gently rock back and forth just to kind of get it started. This is how I think a lot of people look at a low lunge half split combo, and it's amazing. Like, this is an amazing little stretch combo. So we can start here, and then just maybe we start to find a little bit of depth to the stretch. Notice if you're locking out these knees, and I'm just saying it because I just did it. I just went and it like locked it, and we don't want to lock the knees out because that's where we're hanging out in our joints. And when we hang out in our joints, we end up getting hurt. That's why we want to be more present in our bodies. Okay, come up into the kneeling. This, I'm gonna call it low lunge, right? So toes are digging in on the front foot. And then how can I activate this back leg, this knee that's kneeling in the back? So how can I activate it? How can I activate this? So I want you to imagine this foot pushing down and then this booty pushing forward. And then maybe even trying to dig in this toe on the back leg. And then maybe my rib cage needs to come down a smidge to kind of like brace my core, like we are protecting ourselves. And hands can be on the hips, the blocks, whatever. And then let's do those little shift forwards and backs. Shift forward and back, shift forward and back. We got this. Shimmy, shimmy. Woo! Shimmy, shimmy. Yes. Okay, hands are coming down. And then let's extend this left leg. So this might happen. The hip, I'm over exaggerating, but the hip might come up. So what do we need to do if the hip comes up? Try to push it back down. Soft bend in the knee. It might be a hard bend. It's okay. I have really tight hamstrings on this side, so just acknowledge wherever you're at. It's okay. You don't have to make it look like everybody else's. It's your body. Let's be present in it. So the same with this like anterior pelvic tilt. Try to scoop up a little bit and then hollow out the belly. So bring those ribs down. Okay, we're here. Dig in with the heel and pull it back into the socket. Pull it back. Yeah? Okay, sensation should be happening in the back of this leg. Pull it back, pull it back. We're trying to get that femur bone, but nothing is moving. It's just like that energy that you're inviting into your body. Go ahead and release, and you can kind of, yeah. Okay, set yourself back up. We're going towards the camera now. So the outer, so we're externally rotating. Thank you. Dig in with that heel, lift up that chest. Think about all the things that we've already done. So the heel is digging in, the femur bone is pulling back, the ribs are coming down. Line yourself up. Maybe the shoulders need to relax. Maybe your jaw needs to relax. Come back to center. You can kind of work its way out. And now we go to the other side. So to the right, to the right, to the right. Remember, it's the whole femur that's turning, so it's internally rotating now. And then we dig in. Oh, you should feel maybe something different. Maybe not. It's your body. You know what you're feeling. Deep inhale. Exhale. Okay. Yeah. Another one. Dig the heel in. Rib cage down. Look at your toe. It's so awesome. Thank you, toe. Thank you, toe, for like being there. Thank you, heel. Exhale. Awesome. Okay. Plant the foot down. Shake out that left leg. That leg's been worked, right? Hips are done. No, we got to go into that deep lunge. So tuck the back toe and lift up off the knee. Okay, that was it. That's one version. It's not where we're going. Again, we want to heavy this hip. So I encourage you to really focus on this back leg, this back toe digging in, and then pulling that sensation of this leg pulling back into this hip, okay? So, ready? Lift up this back toe, push that toe into the ground. Think about the stretch that's happening from underneath your rib cage all the way to your knee. Deep inhale, exhale, push this front foot into the mat. Pull this femur back, yeah? Exhale, set the knee down. Ooh. Go ahead and bring your blocks over to the side. Plant your hands down and let's find a downward facing dog just for funsies. Shift the hips back. Okay, now walk your feet in towards your hands and then hands into the feet, just because I got my bolster here. So we're just going to meet somewhere in the middle of the mat. Okay, bend your knees a lot. Bend, bend, bend. And then slowly roll up, pushing into the heels. Push, push, push. And then come to stand slowly. Find that mountain posture. Maybe lift up the heels, lift up the toes, set them all down. Deep inhale. Exhale. We got into the shoulders and then we got into the hips today. Man, we did it. I am present. All right. Let's go ahead and forward fold. Let's just slowly roll down all the way. Just in this really just floppy action. Hands just gently come to the mat. You can take your feet a little wider, adjust that beautiful belly, get a nice stretch along the back of the legs. One more time. And then slowly bend your knees. Bring your hips down. And then bring your knees down to the mat. And let's roll onto our sides or onto our backs and find a comfortable position. If it might feel good for you to do like a happy baby or bring your knees in, I encourage you to do so. You could rock back and forth. Maybe you find some windshield wipers, rocking your knees from right to left. Or maybe you're like, bestie, I am done. Shavasana, please. Give yourself a moment to just set yourself up. Do whatever your spine is asking for. Oh, see? I didn't know that was going to happen in my body. A little snap, crackle, pop. And allowing myself to just kind of feel it out. Be present. Be in your body. What do I want to feel? How does it need to feel in my body? Or how do I want it to feel? I think I said that already. It's okay. We can repeat ourselves. Sometimes we weren't listening to begin with. All right. Hands are coming down. Feet are coming down. Take a deep inhale. Exhale. Relax your jaw, your forehead, all the places. Take your time. Maybe your knees are bent, one knee bent, both knees bent. Maybe your legs are both extended. Maybe your arms above your head. Maybe you're sitting up all the way because just lying down doesn't sound good. Do whatever feels right for you for today. So allow yourself to be fully present here in your Shavasana. I want you to think about where you're feeling anything after we've practiced today. And if you're not feeling anything or unsure, go back to the words, I am present, and just say those in your mind over and over for this time where we'll be in silence for your Shavasana. Begin to wiggle fingers and toes. if you need to stay here for a little longer, then relax your wiggles and let yourself be here. Otherwise, arms are above your head, reaching in opposite directions. Gently roll over to one side. And that means going slow. There's no rush here. Deep inhale, exhale. Whenever you're ready, plant your hand, lift up your chest, and find a comfortable seat. So that might mean grabbing something to sit on. I'm going to sit on my bolster. And I'm going to pull up my pants once I get here. Adjust my shirt so I feel comfortable. These final moments, hands to your heart center. Tuck your chin and thank yourself for showing up today. Thumbs to third eye, that little space between your eyebrows. I am present. I am present. So good. I hope you found a little bit of presence in your body today. The divine light within me honors the divine light within each and every one of you. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. Thanks for practicing, babes. If you like me and you like my vibe and you want more, check out my membership down below as well as my courses. I create them with the intention of feeling good in your body and having a gentle and kindness. So if you need a slow, gentle beginning, or if you need more mobility and strength, check it out. Everything's listed down below, and I can't wait to practice with you more. Bye, babes.